Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dreycosting. Basically, what we do in this channel, we do financial analysis. So we break down a lot of financial instruments from stocks, foreign exchange, cryptos. Whatever. Just breaking down companies, just like whatever. That's what we do over here. So today, I'm gonna look at Delta Airlines. It's a company that I've been watching like for the longest time. Disclaimer, right? I'm no financial guru. I'm just a regular accountant, who love to analyze shit. Love to analyze charts, love to analyze financial statements. I'm just a regular accountant, I've been doing the accounting and finance for I'm like, what, 35 now? I've been doing that shit since I was 14, no cap. So being that we get that out of the way, any financial decisions that you make is solely on you. You know what I mean? I'll just do this shit for fun, all right? So let's get shit started right here. All right, Delta Airlines, all right? So I was looking at this quarterly statement, right? Quarterly ended June 2020. First thing that Delta started with, they're showing that they have a $7 billion pre-tax loss by doing the financial statement with GAAP, and a $3.9 billion pre-tax loss by doing it non-GAAP. The difference between the GAAP and the non-GAAP, right? So with the GAAP is like you following the standards on general accepted accounting principles, like for better comparison. So non-GAAP is like not really following the GAAP to the T, you know what I mean? So with the non-GAAP, basically what they do is the majority of the time like take out one-off transactions. So the company is saying that with the exception of these one-off transactions, right, this is what our performance will look like. So it's like you doing your budget for the month. If you're a 9-to-5 person, or what if you're a hustler, an entrepreneur, you do your budget for the month, right? So you budget $10,000 expense, but you have this one-off expense that actually push your budget from 10,000 to 14,000. So what you then have is that variance is not a consistent thing. It's not recurrent. So what Delta is trying to show is that the GAAP is more recurrent expenses, while the non-GAAP represent those non-recurrent expenses, right? So, and they're going to show you how they reconcile that. So it's the first time I'm looking at this. So let's break it down. Tell about the thoughts. Tell what's going on right here. They speak about the COVID response. What they're doing to this is like reputation. They put this out for reputation purpose to show you that they actually do cleaning procedures on our flights, including disinfection, all of that, spraying the aircraft, sanitizing, so on and so on. It's for reputation. So if the reputation goes up, it's the expectancy that their sales will go up. You know what I mean? So down here, they're also looking at preserving financial liquidity. So they speak about the capital that they raise, and so on, right? So the reason they speak about this preserving financial liquidity is like to showing that you have a good cash flow. You're liquid. Your cash is easily acceptable. Bad if you're like in bad liquidity, right? That shows that you're going near bankruptcy. And I'm going to show you why Delta decided to actually put this within their report, quarterly report, right? So I'm just going to go straight down. So this is online, guys. You could just go there and read it. All right. So I'm going to go straight down and break down the financial statement. All right. So this is the summary. So I'm just going to go straight down to the consolidated statement. All right. consolidated statement of operation. So this is where I'm going to stop. And of course, it's unaudited. You know what I mean? It's not audited as yet. So these are just pre-figures before audited figures. You know, after audit, these figures could like actually change via journal entries or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So let's go. So this is their total revenue for the 6 month ended, right? Of what's that? 10 million, right? So because these are in millions, right? To the zeros in millions. But the 3 month ended to June is like 1.4. So you see that huge difference right there. So basically what happened is that from January to March, they really had a good run, right? But like from April to June, things just kind of went sideways, right? And I believe the reason why things went sideways is because economy was prematurely reopened, right? So when the economy prematurely reopened, you had that second surge of corona, and that second surge of corona between April to June, that is what caused this right here. So even though you see this huge 10 million from the 3 months from April to June is like just 1.4. So the difference right there between the 10,060 minus 1468, so that's actually showing you that first 3 months, that's January to March, is actually 8.5, right? So it really looks bad that they actually went from 8.5, right, all the way down to 1.4 for that quarter. That doesn't look good, right? That doesn't look good. So let's go on. We're going. So over here, 6 months ended. Over here is 3 months ended, right? So salaries and related costs, right? So salaries practically. All right. Let's focus on the 6 month ended first, right? So comparing to uh, June 2019, right? Salaries is like practically around the same. So really have to give hats off to Delta. You know what I mean? They have maintained at least 10% different. They have maintained 90% of their staff, and that's really good. You know what I mean? Or I don't know if a lot of people got laid off, or it's just that staff costs got reduced. But it's really good that they actually maintain 90% of their staff costs, and that's really beautiful, and I must commend them for that. You know what I mean? Uh, Fuel levels has dropped, and that's just very evident because less flight equal that the fuel level is going to drop because there's not enough flights as before, right? So that's just really simple to explain. And breakdown. All right, it's restructuring charges right here, 2.4. I need to like go in and see what this restructuring charges is about, but more likely something that has to do with Corona. All right, so we're coming all the way down here to the net loss. All right, so in 2019, right here, right, in 2019, they had a profit at 2.1. In June 2020, they have a loss of 6.2. It's kind of bad. Look at the 3 months, right? Look at the 3 months ended. They had that huge loss, 5.7 compared to the 6 months ended. So that's what come back to what I'm saying, that from April to June wasn't a good quarter for Delta Airlines. You know what I mean? So let's break it down much further. All right. So this is where they break down the revenue, the 8.2 that you see above, right, for June, right? And they will show you what tickets for the cabin, travel awards, and so on and so on. So they break down what makes up the revenue. I want to try to go down to the statement of financial position. That's where I want to go. Where is it at? All right, it's cash flow. All right, cash flow not looking too bad. What interests me the most? Let me see this. Purchase of short-term investments. They didn't have any in the prior year, but they decide to like to find some way to invest some money right now, though the company's not really doing good. So this is really a positive right here. It's really a positive right here. So that's one of the positives that I see. So one of the positives that they have maintained their staff, investments as well. So that's not too bad. Uh, what we have right here, cash flow, short-term obligations, sale and leaseback, that's going up. All right. Cash flow from financing activities. All right. So these are inflows. So seeing that they have raised some capital from these inflows right here. Cash and cash equivalent not looking all that bad. So last year they only had what's this? 2 billion. And now they're actually having 11 right here. That's not looking too bad at all. You know what I mean? Should I say 2 million, correct? And not billion, 2 million. And you have right here 11 million. So not looking bad at all. All right, yeah, this is in millions. In millions. All right, so this is the statement of financial position, otherwise known as the balance sheet. Cash and cash equivalent, that's not looking too bad at all. Yeah, so that's a good sign right there. This right here is a good sign. The current asset, the increase in current asset from right here. This is year ended December 31st, 2019, compared to right here. So the increase in current asset, that's a good sign. So though things is not really going for them well, they still like dig deep to find that cash flow. And more likely this cash flow, this right here, this increase in the bank right here actually came from the capital that they actually raised. As you saw up in the top part of the report, they spoke about the capital that they have raised. So these are the capitals right here that they have raised. So let me show you what kind of does not look good right now, right? All right. So since they have borrowed to raise, right? Debt has increased, right? All right. Let's see what it again. All right. These liabilities has increased as well. Overall, the liability has increased from what's that, 28,970 to 43,421 by 14,451. They got to do what they got to do to stay afloat. So, but this is what concerns me, right? Underlying shareholders' equity, right? As of December 1st, 2019, right? Underlying shareholders' equity was 15 million, right? And that dropped by 8 million. So that's 15,358 minus 8690. That's 6.6 difference. That's not a good sign. So a lot of people starting to get nervous. What's going on with Delta? They're selling off their stocks. So the question you have to ask yourself, is it a good time to actually buy Delta Airlines right now? And my opinion on it is that the time to actually try to buy Delta Airline, I would say somewhere about the fourth quarter. Let's see what the third quarter results looks like. Let's see what the fourth quarter results looks like. So probably sometime around January 2021, February 2021, around that time would be the best time to actually to try to buy, you know what I mean, these Delta stock, like invest heavily. But if you're like a day trader, you know what I mean, then you actually look to buy this Delta stock somewhere about when the quarterly report released for September. So today, right now it's October 1st. So the third quarter just ended. All right, so let's see. All right, so I'm going to show you right now. Let me break down this for you now. All right, so on to what the chart is looking like. All right, so this is at May 11, right? This is the lowest I got. About, what's that, 1731. That's the lowest Delta went during the whole Corona crisis. So this was in May. Did the drop any lower than that? And they're actually starting to go up right here. So you see this uptrend right here. All right, going to be, so let's look at the retracements, right? So right here at May, started right here at May, made a shift, then a retrace right here, made a shift right here, and a retrace right here, and made a shift right here, and a retrace right here, right? So this small retracement doesn't really, not really that effective. So I'm looking at two retracements, right? I'm looking at this one, and I'm looking at this one, right? Each time, so let's see where it was coming from first. So it came all the way down here in a downtrend. When was this date? Right, this date was 14th of February, 14th of February of 2020, right? So this is when the whole Corona thing started to hit big. Everyone got all scared and all of that. Everyone started selling, start dip, come all the way to 1731, right? Since then, right here, let's look right here, right? Since then, right here, right, it starts moving up uptrend. So shifted, came back, shifted, came back right here. Each time that it shifted and came back, it created a higher low, right? So now it's starting to make that shift again. So what I'm saying is that if Delta produces a good quarterly report for September, as of September 30th, then I expect this stock to do something like this right here, push all the way up, and then investors are going to ease right here, going to create a higher low right here, right? And going to continue up, do this. So this is a peak right here. So we know that Delta has the capability of going to about 63.67, right? So let's look at it. So this is from like 2019, that's its peak, about $63 right there. So I'm saying the time I would like enter right here on this Delta stock right here, right? The time I'm looking to enter right here. Time is everything, right? Time is everything, right? So the time I'm looking to enter right here on this Delta stock right here would be after the financial statement release, the quarterly statement for September 30th. So it's already made this high right here, started from this low, made this higher low right here, swung again and made this higher low right here, right? So we know that Delta stock is actually going back up. It's in an uptrend, right? So what is going to drive this uptrend? Is going to drive this uptrend is their result from their financial statement. So stocks is not really like Forex like that, or like cryptos, or like anything else you can think of, right? You got to put together the fundamental analyst as well as the technical analyst. If you put those two together, and if you could like put together a little sentimental analyst, then you should be good, right? So this is my pick right here for Delta. It's a good time to buy would be sometime after the report you release. Made some higher lows right here, swing higher low, and I'm looking for it to continue to go up because it's in an uptrend. It's recovering, right? So that's a good sign, right? So they had a bad quarter two. So if they come out and have a good quarter three, And I definitely see a stock going continue to go up, right? All right. So all right, so that's it for Delta. You know what I mean? And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. I'm out. Big up.